All right, so what have you been doing during this bear market? You've probably been missing out on a whole lot of gains, probably because you've been paying attention to the wrong people, or you've been paying attention to Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, hoping that those prices will go up. So I'm going to be telling you about some coins, and this is going to be an inexpensive but a very invaluable lesson that you're going to learn. Stick around. What's up, Crypto Land? Black Crypto here, bringing out the cryptocurrency video. So you want to be rich? I mean, who doesn't want to be rich in crypto? But guess what? You're probably doing it all wrong. You're probably focusing on the wrong tokens. You're probably looking at all of the big tokens. You're probably listening to the wrong people tell you about all of the trends and the things that they're being paid to tell you all about. The pump already happened. You're probably too late to get in those. I mean, Bitcoin and all of these big ones, they're probably moving 5%, maybe 10%. That's probably it over the last several months in a bear market. But what if there's some other coins out there that are moving 10%, 20%, 50%, or even 100% over a few months? Listen, I found some great projects that I'm going to be telling you about. 20 Web3 tokens that I think you're going to be focusing on in the future, because they're going to be powering the metaverse in the future. I really think so, especially by 2024. So let me go ahead and tell you all about them. Hold on, wait, you know what? Why should you even listen to a person like me? You know what? I really don't even have that many followers out there. Well, actually, one of the things that you might want to consider is the people that you're following that has a whole lot of followers, for instance, have millions of followers or hundreds of thousands of followers. Why do they have those followers? They're probably catching their algorithm or catching some kind of trend. But are they really giving you some information that you might find very valuable? Or is it sometimes the people that you need to find that maybe not have a whole lot of followers that might be the smartest people in crypto, and you might want to listen to what they're saying, because they might give you exactly what you're looking for. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, we have some really good people out there, like, you know, Altcoin Daily. I mean, those guys are really doing some great things in terms of course, promoting the whole industry and reporting on what's happening right now. I mean, they're gaining all kind of members. I think about 800 followers a day. Then you have like BitBoy, you know what? Really good in terms of what he does in terms of marketing a whole lot of cryptocurrencies. But in terms of a geek like me, in terms of somebody who actually lives, sleeps, and breathes and eats this actual crypto, you know, from a developer standpoint, we're able to pinpoint some of the best projects out there before they tell you all about them. And I'm going to prove it in this video. I mean, for instance, in the past, I told you guys all about Seek right before that happened, and that was a 10,000% gain if you had jumped in when I told you all about it. But of course, now moving forward in terms of us geeks, this is the reason why you should possibly follow us. So definitely go ahead and check out my links. I'll leave it in the description below. I'll leave it on the screen if you want to definitely scan it. Definitely give me a follow. Help out my follow in terms of my count go all the way up, and hopefully I'll hit a bull run with that someday in the future. I don't know. One more thing I promised, not financial advice. Do not take it as financial advice. You may lose all your money. Do your own research. This is for entertainment purposes. Hire a professional, blah, 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 blah. And also, full disclosure, I definitely invested in many of these projects or use these projects in some type of way. I'm not paid by any of these particular projects by any way, so I'm not affiliate with them whatsoever. This is my personal opinion about these projects. One of the things I want to point out to you is that you can gain a lot more from these projects if you start looking at the utility, and not only in terms of gaining money. If you start looking at the utility of the projects, you may gain more money in multiple different ways, and I'll explain that definitely coming. Okay, so it's time to make you guys some Metamillionaires, of course, by 2024. So let's go ahead and start up with this list that I have for you guys. So number one is the Streamr Network, the data token. This is a really good token and project. It's powering, of course, the new data economy in the future. Of course, we're going to be, of course, monetizing data in so many different ways in the future. With this particular project, in terms of the decentralized data exchange, they have a unique real-time publish and subscribe messaging system. And one of the unique ways that they use this system is, of course, with electric vehicles. Think about it this way, for instance, in the future, if you want to monetize, for instance, your electric fleet of vehicles, you can do so with this particular project or monitor those particular fleets. There's so much things that you can definitely do with crypto in the future, or with the right project in terms of the utility of that project. And I want you guys to pay attention to that, not only in terms of the price, but of course in terms of the price. It's hovering right now about 3 cents. It's still doing that for a little while right now. The all-time high was about 34 cents. Do I think it'll ever reach its all-time high again? I think it's going to shatter that at some point, because this is a very strong project and it's very much needed. They have some real world testing that's going on right now, which makes me have a little bit more confidence in this particular project. So definitely check it out. So how would you imagine watching live television in the Metaverse in 2024? Of course, that's project number 2, the Livepeer token. Now with the Livepeer token, the LPT token, this is a really good project, and I think this is going to be a project that's going to disrupt this live market, probably with Vimeo or with YouTube platform. Of course, what they're doing is they're offering live video encoding with their video infrastructure. Guys, once again, I keep on telling you, it's not about the money, it's about the utility and what you can do with some of these crypto projects. Of course, with some of these centralized projects, it can get very expensive if you try to use these projects to build your own live applications, for instance, right? But if you can spread out these, of course, resources, which you can now do with, of course, nodes and miners, you can bring this cost dramatically down. And for the cost of this, of course, encoding, it can be very, very cheap. So if you want to definitely play around with some video type applications in terms of you building your own applications or launching your own, of course, event, definitely check out this project. Now, in terms of the actual price, I did a snapshot around September 28th of this year, and it's of course November. Back then, it was around $8.92. Right now, it's above $10.50 right now. That's a pretty good bump right there. Of course, in terms of the all-time high, it was about around $75 or so. Will it ever hit that? Of course, when everybody started realizing what they can do with this particular project. Once we start having more people being involved with the metaverse, or if you think about it in terms of virtual reality, augmented reality, all of these things, when they start plugging in live applications, this is definitely going to take off. So definitely check out this project. With NFTs, tokens, dApps, all of these transactions need to be stored somewhere for this Web3 future. And that brings us to number 3, of course, the StorJ project, the StorJ token. What they're doing is they're decentralizing the cloud storage sector with data, okay? Let me explain this in a Web 2 sense. If you want to spin up your own website or application, you need to get a server and pick a particular location for that data center. Now with this, of course, it brings about a lot of vulnerabilities with having it in a single place. Of course, in terms of hackers, or vulnerabilities in terms of if something happened to that physical actual place. So of course, with crypto, once again, in terms of what they're doing with the utility, is they're decentralizing data centers. And this is something very, very unique in terms of they can bring the cost of data centers and of course serving your applications with this particular project. This can be very valuable in the future. Of course, we see how valuable, of course, the Amazon Web Services is, of course, today, because of all of the applications and websites that use that particular data cloud service. So imagine in terms of StorJ getting a small piece of that particular pie. All right, in terms of the actual price right now, they're hovering right underneath 50 cents, and they've been doing this for a little while. They had a high in terms of course, 321. Do I think they'll ever hit that high ever again? Once again, if they start capturing part of that market, it doesn't mean in terms of all of the websites you know today will start moving over to this particular platform. No, all of the platforms that's going to be built for Web3 possibly will be selecting them first before they go anywhere else. So that's why you might want to consider StorJ for your particular project. All right, so of course, as you know, utilities, energy, that is the past and that's the present and that's the future in terms of getting rich. So how are you going to do that in, of course, Web3 with this particular project, number 4, the Energy Web project, the EWT token. Now, what they're doing is they're building an entire blockchain-based operating system for energy demand and generation. We're talking about an entire energy grid management system for you. Now, think about it like this. Of course, you have the big guys that sell you energy, but what if you can sell energy? And I'm not talking about, of course, sell it right back to them. But what if you can now build your own energy-based systems and sell that energy and make, of course, a profit? Guys, what if you get some solar panels, build your own farm and sell it to your neighbor? Basically what I'm saying, or you build some type of other systems and of course you start selling energy that way. But you have a cryptocurrency based project that will allow you to, of course, manage that energy and the cost in a fair way. Definitely check out this Energy Web token. Now, in terms of course, the price when I did it was about $3.74. Right now it's about $4.60. It's been hovering there so for a little while, but that's still a little good bump right there. Now, in terms of the high, we're talking about $20 was the all-time high with this particular token. Not far to go when it comes to the all-time high. So will it ever get there? As more people start realizing that they can sell their own energy and they don't have to go through the big guys to do it, yeah, this is definitely going to take off. So definitely check out Energy Web. Yeah, so I know it's all about NFTs right now, but you're probably looking at NFTs the complete wrong way. You should be thinking about the utility of NFTs. Number 5, the Unlock Protocol, the UDT token. Now we're talking about access management. One of the things that you've probably been hearing circulating around possibly is a term called token gated access. With these NFTs, they allow you to do some powerful things, and it's just getting better over time when it comes to Web3. So for instance, in the past, I've talked about, for instance, with particular NFTs that I own, and it gives me access to full libraries or merchandise. There's NFTs that gives you certain perks to services, or for instance, it makes you go to a different level in terms of games. There's so much you can do with NFTs or creating your own NFT community. So how do you create this NFT community, or why should you create this NFT community? For instance, in Web2, if you want to create your own Facebook group, for instance, it's not your data. Or if you want to create some type of form or mailing list or use some type of other services, they still have that data, or you might not have direct relationships with your actual customers. For instance, you've seen this before with different apps that you've built for the Android or App Store, and you do not have certain information from your actual customers. So how do you do that in the future? You build your own community in an, of course, decentralized way with a decentralized platform that gives you token gated access for your community. Now, of course, with this particular project, I think they're going to be doing very well because I've seen them building underneath the hood, and once they start tapping into the creators in terms of artists or celebrities, musicians, and they realize how easy it is to create their own community and have direct access to them, this is going to explode. Back when I did a snapshot, it was around $10, but right now it's hovering under $16. That's still a very good bump in a very short period of time. In terms of their all-time high, in terms of $1,300, do I think they'll ever hit $1,300 again? Possibly in the future. But at least that lets you know for the short run, there's a good chance for a good bump. But in any event, apart from the price, if you want to create your own community and of course have access or give access to that, for instance, community, check out, for instance, Unlock Protocol. In the future, every sector is going to be touched by Web3 and cryptocurrency. So number 10 is Morpheus Network, the NW token. Now, with this particular token, with this particular project, they're doing supply chain management. They're definitely targeting, for instance, shipping. Guys, how can I explain this for you in the future? What if you want to have the Uber of shipping? You need a system or a decentralized shipping that can do that. Possibly might be them. Of course, they're doing it on a wider scale in terms of shipping, and they are definitely integrated with all of the big players like FedEx and UPS and DHL as well. But this is a way to start building out your applications to tap into these particular systems and have that, of course, trackability and visibility. Now, why am I excited about this? Of course, during certain times and seasons, we already see about shipping congestion. So what if you're now able to scale that up and have a platform to bring better costs to operators? This is definitely that particular platform in terms of them. Now, when I did the particular snapshot, it was around 52 cents, and right now it's over $1.90 right now over the past month, guys. Once again, this is a project that is doing very well. In terms of the all-time high, it's about $5. So will they ever reach their all-time high? I think they're going to reach their all-time high very soon, and they're going to shatter that in the future, of course. So definitely check out the Morpheus Network. Oh wait, I think you're probably wondering, why am I now on number 10, all right? Yeah, I have a good reason for that. I'm jumping ahead, I know, and it's for good reason. It's because I dropped this list over a month ago. Actually, I dropped an ebook over a month ago with this full list for you guys to go ahead and pick up. Listen, when it comes to these particular projects, you know, we're in a bear market and a lot of people think that there's just no money to be made, but there's a lot of great projects that are building that's still mooning, and I wanted to prove that point. I released the ebook at a very high price in terms of $50 to see if anybody's going to get it and invest in themselves and these projects, or listen to a smaller YouTuber or influencer, right? Listen, as geeks, we know what's going to happen, or we can kind of spot some of the trends and some of these projects that are going to moon before it happens. So if you want to get this particular list, the full list, definitely check it out. I'll leave a link in the description or on the screen. I'll also leave a way for you to possibly get for free or in terms of a discount for it. Now, in terms of the future, in terms of some of these other projects, I think they have very good potential. There's another one that I mentioned. You're gonna have to find it and find also my social media as well. But that one has a potential of making you a millionaire very quickly because of the utility. But you have to go ahead and do your research for that particular one. All right, so there you have it. So that's the full list. Well, at least what I'm going to give you right now. I gave you some really good projects to consider to definitely get involved with. Not all of them are going to skyrocket. Some of them might go to zero. But guys, definitely check them out, because I think in terms of the metaverse in the future, these projects have a good chance of powering the metaverse, especially by 2024 and beyond. Let's actually get into that list one more time. Number one is the Streamr Network. Definitely check them out in terms of decentralizing data exchange. I'm excited to see how they're going to do that, especially in the physical world. Number two, of course, is you have Livepeer. With Livepeer, they're doing live video encoding. I'm excited to see how we're going to, of course, watch live television or shows in the metaverse in the future. Of course, number three is StorJ. They're decentralizing, of course, data cloud storage, uprooting data centers. That's a big feat. But if they can do it, that is going to be powerful. All right, number four is Energy Web. Of course, in terms of energy grid management, guys, start selling some power. How do you think the billionaires became billionaires? Utilities. Okay, number five is Unlock Protocol. Build your own community. Create a token gated community that you, of course, have direct access and control that data with you and your own community. Now, I gave you a bonus one in terms of number 10, Morpheus Network. Now with this one, they're doing supply chain management, and they're going to be uprooting this the shipping networks. That's going to be huge once you can start tapping into that with a very low cost. Now I've left many other gems out there across my other social medias that you can definitely find for all of these other tokens. If you don't want to get the ebook, of course, I have a recommendation on my website in terms of different coins that you can check out, and I've definitely listed a lot of these tokens that I don't have in this video on my site. But definitely check out all of my social media and my website and my merch, of course. Guys, make sure hit the subscribe button, hit that bell so you'll be notified anytime I release any new videos or lists just like this. And also hit that like button so you'll also help me get this video recommended out there to everybody. We can get this list and all these projects out there to everyone. Guys, I'm Black Crypto. See you next video. Peace.